Okay, so we're gonna work on the OM5 today. Try to get some of these bugs worked out of it. I was just made this video, but the microphone wasn't on, so I was talking to myself. I want to order tires for this thing like right now. However, I gotta wait just a little bit because I don't want to get in the spot to where I've ordered these tires and UPS stops running. So we're waiting to see on how the lockdown's going here and see when I want to roll the dice on that. Then we could properly test drive the car. You know, but there's a lot of other things we could do in the meantime. A couple of which are put the window regulator in, which is here. Obviously put the struts and all that stuff on, and then we're gonna have to do the steering wheel angle sensor. And try to sort that out. That's going to have to be taken apart and cleaned more than likely since it won't read. Hopefully not replaced. We also got to sort out that downshift paddle and see what's going on with that. Also our gas cap, I was looking at it. It looks Chinese. It does say, it says Austria on it, but that's not a factory one. So it seems like a little funky. It latches, but I know from experience, those are very picky on that. So if that doesn't go off, it won't reset permanently. We'll have to go probably spend 20 bucks just get a legit one like I had to for the black E60. It wouldn't work either until I bought an actual BMW one. A lot of guys say too, it could be the little pumps back by the rear fender, the evap pumps, or it could be the valves for the evap up on the engine, the front of the engine. Or it could also be those lines could have a break in it, all kinds of stuff. But it's saying tighten gas caps, there's a leak in the system. Who freaking knows, right? And this thing's gotta be cleaned up. So let's go ahead and we need to back it up, get away from the lift a little bit here so I can actually get the door all the way open to work on stuff. So let's put you on the tripod, we'll do that right now. Snap the microphone back on me. A little cold start for you guys. Looks like the gas pretty funky in it. There's just so much this thing needs to have done to it. The doors aren't all unlocked. I got all the service stuff on. So I guess let's just start resetting all that crap. Start fixing everything. We got to figure out why the EDC is on. Also, just gonna look here real quick. That's water from the exhaust from yesterday. So there's some kind of connection problem with EDC. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to investigate a whole bunch of stuff. All right, try to adjust it here a little bit. We got the head cam on, and I can also see on the steering wheel it's got some of the rubber stuff worn off of it. So, I don't know. This is the M Sport steering wheel, obviously the actual M steering wheel, not the M Sport, the actual M steering wheel. We'll use the T20 Torx. We're gonna go on the back here, and there's one little hole. If you had the steering wheel straight, there's a little hole in the back. We're gonna stick this in that little hole and just push up. The battery is already unhooked. This should pop the whole thing out. Just like that. Unplug it. Kind of rusty on the back. And there's our little steering wheel airbag.
So there's that. Take that out of there. Next thing we're gonna do is get our impact here. We're gonna zip, this is a 15, we're gonna zip that out. And as we pull it out, we're gonna unplug it. Let me grab that real quick. I was gonna try to remember to do that before we started this, but it's not how it turned out. We got our big impact here because they'll come off real easy. 15. Like, oh man, how do you know that, Nathan? How do you know what size it is? Well, I had to do this on my black car too. So let someone know. And I think the plugs are right here for it. Let's go ahead and plug those right now. I don't remember if there's one or more. Before we take this out, you can see right here, there's a little notch on the steering wheel itself and a little notch on the shaft. So make sure there's a line back up whenever you put it back on. That's it. And when we got this off here, yeah, what the hell's going on here? Oh, it is broken. So that's what's wrong with the pedal. Snapped it right in two, did he? Sure did. That one's fine. Somebody's getting a little too rowdy. So I'll do some looking on this and see if there's another steering wheel option that isn't like $1,000. I think a company redoes these and puts nicer paddles on them and like a Alcantara wheel. I'm not really sure. I have to do some research on it and see. There's that. So now we're going to pull this plastic piece off. My other one was broken, so I don't remember what the situation was exactly. That's the situation. Just pulls right off of there. Now, if I remember right, we got to take all these black Torx out. If I got the right one. That's too little. That's probably too big. It's not too big. That is a T20. We could use our impact on this. Three. There's gonna be 6 altogether. 4. This is such a common problem. It's not only on E60, E46, X5, on and on and on. They all get this issue. I'll show you what it is here. I made a video on this before. But like many other older videos, if you're new to the channel, you just haven't seen those. What are you gonna ask? Can I glue that paddle? Well, I don't know what kind of glue you would glue it with to fix that. Nothing really. All right. Pull this up and out a little bit. Like I said, I think what we're gonna have to do, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. Is we're gonna have to pull this off. So there's a screw down here. Okay, so there's one plastic screw goes up from the bottom, the middle, holds that cover on. You just pop it down out of the way, pop it up out of the way. There's a little plug here. I'm gonna get this unplugged and I'm gonna show you. So there's a big plug down here on the bottom. You can reach up under, push the push tab to unlatch it. There's this little yellow plug right here. So here's the whole unit. We're gonna take this to the other shop. And essentially what we're gonna do, if I remember correctly, we're gonna pull these switches out. There's gonna be some little tiny little star screws. Yeah, you can barely see one down there. We'll take that out and it's gonna come apart. Let's go do it. Okay, so start off with, let's go and get, let me see. That is a T10. So let's go ahead and pull these switches out. I think they all got to come out. I can't remember for sure. I'm almost fairly certain. Comes out. We'll just set them all in line here. Should be nothing to it. And when I pulled this thing out, I think there was alignment marks here. Where in the hell? Maybe there's not on this one. This one's a little bit different. The last one was 08. It did have alignment marks on it. This one does not. Doesn't matter though. We're going to put it back in right as we took it out, right? So everything should line up plenty good. Once you recalibrate it, it shouldn't matter. We installed it, the steering wheel straight. These plugs are straight across from each other, so you can't really mess it up. There's that. Now, what was the deal? There's little bitty Torx in there. Okay, so this is Torx number 8. It's actually the smallest one in my whole kit. Three, I'm thinking there was one that was hidden somewhere in there, but yeah. There's one hidden right behind there. Looks like a real pain in the butt to get out. I just can't help but think that I snapped this off last time and took this off separately. Yep, just like that. We'll set that everything in line back there. Take our last one out right there. It's got 4 little T10s all together. Let's go ahead and unplug this guy up here. Maybe we don't even have to. Let's lift this up off of here. Yeah, so right here's the arrow, and that points right to the notch. I think there was a notch on the steering column when you put it back together. Pulls right out like so. And here's the wheel. This one actually isn't all gunked up. Well, I can't tell. I gotta look at the back side of it. I remember right, you could just slip this out of here. Oh, that's how it is. Comes out like that. And it looks good. On this car, it could have been actually bad, or it could have been still a programming issue or a coding issue. Let's go ahead and clean it off. Our right here will be a damn fool not to. Holy crap, this place is freaking destroyed. Let's get our deoxit, our electronics cleaner. Let me grab a brand new microfiber for this. If you don't have this, you use rubbing alcohol too. If you don't have a contact cleaner. This is a plastic safe contact cleaner. So you want to be pretty careful using just anything on it. But I know this works. Most of the time when you take these off, it's like all like corroded looking. All right. Clean all the way around it. You can see now it's perfectly clean. This has got to get back here because that's gonna mess her. It's gonna mess her video up. All right, so let's go ahead and slip this back under the little reader. I'll line that back up, and let's just go right back together with it, just as we took it apart. So here's the little plug. I'm gonna put that on here. So, right back down in there. That locks in just like so. Let's go ahead and zip all this crap back on her and let's go out the car. You didn't even watch me do this. We'll be in the car in 1 second. Okay. All right. So here we go. Everything's reassembled real easy. Just got to really pay attention what the hell you're doing. We're going to go ahead and just plug this back in. All right, and the bottom goes back in. These are usually difficult as hell too. That side's all in. I'll put her screw back in the bottom. I thought something fall out. I wonder if it wasn't that insert for this screw. I'll come back to that here in 1 second. Let's go and reassemble the rest of this stuff. Ew. Some gravy on there. So I'm guessing that little door flips up. Yeesh. Snapped her all the way in two. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the super glue will fix that. We could try it. Let's try it. All right. We got some expensive super glue. Got the expensive stuff, boys. All right. Now how this stuff works, you never use a spray hardener. It works like this. You spray it on there, supposed to spray it on there first. I don't know. Everybody's got their own opinion of it. I usually put the super glue on and spray it on there last, but if you do it like this, you can just scoop some in there, give her the old hold, and then we'll give her a little final spray there. And just in a couple seconds, you're done. That's it. I mean, that's all we can really do with it. Try not to hit it for a couple seconds. Let's go out there. Like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in it. The glue's pretty strong though if you get the right kind. And that is the right kind, so who knows. Okay, the notch on the bottom. We're just gonna go ahead and line all this up. You can see that notch and that notch is lined up. We're gonna go and plug our plug back in like so. Just like so, nothing to it. And the old airbag. We're just gonna go ahead and plug that in like so. This goes in here and lines up. That's it. Okay. Hook the battery back up, get the laptop hooked up, and see if we can reset this thing. All right, so we got 16 faults. Let's see what all we got here. Fuel cap signal, Vanos oil pressure. So that code came back, which, I mean, we might have a pending code for that until we do that big hose. Electric fan activation. Well, I think that's because we had it unplugged. Misfire impairing exhaust emission. Cylinder 3. Huh. Steering angle sensor faulty, blah, blah. Can measure steering angle from SCL. It's because we had it unplugged. Steering angle sensor not adjusted. AUC sensor, because that's not there. It's unplugged off the box too. Ultrasonic sensor front left. That's unplugged also, I believe. No, that's PDC stuff. Well, it could be unplugged. We have no idea. That's probably going to be all recalibrated too. All the PDC for the shocks. Emergency speaker. That's not plugged in. That panel's laying right there. So let's go up here and let's go to steering angle is faulty. Let's do here. Calculate test plan. So we recalibrate this thing. I remember how to do it. Start engine or raise vehicles, wheels can be turned. Well, crap. We're not hooked up to the lift, and if we start it, we're not going to be able to hear any damn thing. Let's see here. Turn wheel from lock to lock. Yeah. EDC is going to be the next thing we might have to, let's see here. Thing just reeks. Front left acceleration signal. Too low. Check plug connection following component acceleration sensor front left. Let's just click through it here and see. Go level and plug the. Now see, you might have a problem since it's lowered too. Let's X out of this. Let's reset this nonsense. Just wipe it all and see here. I don't like how the Vanos codes came back, which, although after it sets, if that hose is losing pressure, they would come back. Yes. DME's all the way green now. It's never been all the way green. So that tells me that. Well, we know DSC codes before were causing DME codes. We still have a DSC code, but that might be for the EDC. Let's see here. And the TCU is green now. Wow. So let's just display fault memory. Let's see where we're at here. Everything's off except for EDC signal acceleration front left too low. Might be because it's lowered. The next one is AUC sensor that's not plugged in. That's the only two faults we have right now. It's like something rattling on this car. EDC sensor front left, front driver's side, brake pad wear sensor, which we know that, an AUC sensor. Okay. And then of course, all that aside, cylinder number 3, misfire. But we still got the shady coil packs in it. That very well could be that. Close operation, okay. I'll turn it off before I close it. That's all right. That's all right. Close it out. So pull that. Oh crap! I got to reset the service stuff too and figure out why that windshield washer tank says low. It might just be low. So the steering angle sensor is all done. Close that. Leave the battery hooked up for this very minute. We're getting there. It's just, as you can see, it's a struggle, right? You got to struggle through all this nonsense. Try to figure out who in the hell's done what to who and where and all that. This EDC. It's like plugged in. We're probably gonna have to like unplug it and make sure nothing's corroded. It could just be only because it's lower. Who freaking knows, right? Could be all kinds of stuff. That's gonna be it though, guys, for today's video. We're getting her knocked out. We're getting her knocked out. I need to go order tires and brakes for this thing so we can actually properly test drive it. That's gonna be it, guys. We'll see you very soon. Have a good day.